Good morning, children. So today also we are going to discuss about rational numbers, the role of zero. Okay. So what is the role of zero for rational numbers? We are going to see that. Before that, in our previous two classes, we have discussed about first what is rational number, and we have discussed about some properties for rational number. We have discussed about closure property, associative property, commutative property, and especially the distributivity of multiplication over addition. And we solved some problems, some example and exercise problem based on this properties. Okay. In this session today, we are going to see about the role of zero for rational number. Okay. So what is the role of zero for rational number? Zero is called the identity for the addition of rational number. 0 is called the identity for the addition of rational number. Okay. What is meant by identity? Identity, the word. We can say it is similar. We can tell the meaning as similar. Yes. So, if you are adding 0 to any rational number, if you are getting the same number as answer, then 0 is called as the identity for addition of rational numbers. Okay. Now look at the example. Here I am taking 2. 2 is an integer. We can say it's an integer or whole number or rational number. Yes. So if you are adding 2 plus 0, I am adding the number 0 with 2. What is the result you are getting? The same number 2. The same number we are getting as the result. So here 0 is called as the additive identity for rational number. So we can say that 0 is the additive identity for this number. Take another number, minus 2 by 7. If you are taking this is a rational number. If you are adding 0 with it, again we are getting the result as same number value. Okay, if you are adding minus 2 by 7 plus 0, I am adding 0 with this, again I am getting the result as minus 2 by 7 value. So, here 0 is called as the additive identity for this number. Okay, not only in this way, for that, here the same number. The same numbers, if you are adding 0, first 0 plus 2 also the result is 2, and 0 plus minus 2 by 7 also minus 2 by 7. So from this examples, we can say that 0 is the additive identity for this given numbers. Okay. So in general we can say that if A may be any rational number, integer or whole number, any number. If you are taking any number A and if you are adding 0 with A, the result is again A. R 0 plus A also the result is again A. So in general we can say that 0 is called the identity for the additive additions of rational numbers. Okay. So additive identity is a number which when added to any number gives the same as the number itself. Okay. So if you are adding 0 to any number, okay, here see for examples we are adding 0 to the number. What is the result for that? We are getting the same number as the result. That is called as the additive identity. So what is the role of 0? Now we are clear with what is the role of 0 for rational number. The role of 0 is 0 acts as the additive identity for all the rational numbers. So now we are going to see the role of 1 for rational numbers. So what is the role of 1 for rational number? 1 is the multiplicative identity for rational numbers. 1 is the multiplicative identity for rational numbers. So multiplicative identity. Multiplicative means something multiplied. Identity means the similar. We can say the word similar or identifying as 1 itself. We can say that. So if you are multiplying any number to rational number, okay. So if you are getting the same number as result, the number which multiplied is called as the multiplicative identity. So which number is possible to get the result? Here, see the example. 2 into 1. And here multiplying, taking a rational number 2 or a whole number 2, multiplying 1 with it. The result I am getting is 2. Okay, the same number we are getting as the result. Here I am taking a fraction number minus 3 by 4, multiplying by 1. Again I am getting the same result minus 3 by 4. So here I have taken a rational number and multiplied a particular number with it. What is the number? 1. If you are multiplying 1 with any rational number, you are getting the same number as the product or the result. So 1 is called as the multiplicative identity for rational numbers. So that is what is given here. 1 is the multiplicative identity for rational numbers. So in other way, the same result, if you are multiplying 1 into 2, the result is 2. The same number you are getting, and 1 into minus 3 by 4, again I am getting minus 3 by 4. So from this example, it is clear that if 1 is added to any rational number, we will be getting the product result as the same positional number itself. So 1 is called as the multiplicative identity for rational numbers. In general, how we can say, if you are taking A may be a rational number, integer or whole number, and if you are multiplying 1 with A, the result is always the same number. What is the number you are multiplying here? A. If you are getting the same result, A. So 1 is called as the multiplicative identity for rational numbers. So multiplicative identity states that any time if you multiply a number by 1, the result is the same number itself. That is called as the multiplicative identity. That multiplicative identity is a number. What number? It is 1. So we have discussed about the role of 0 and the role of 1. What is the role of 0? What is the 0? 0 is the additive identity for rational number. So additive identity is a number which when added to a number, if you are getting the sum as the same number itself, then it is called as the additive identity. So 0 is the additive identity for rational number. If you are adding 0 to any number only, you will be getting the same result. So 0 is called as the additive identity. Multiplicative identity means 1, because if you are multiplying 1 to any number, if you are getting the result as the same number only. So 1 is called as the multiplicative identity. So be clear with what is multiplicative identity and what is additive identity. 0 is called as the additive identity and 1 is called as the multiplicative identity. Next we are going to discuss about the additive inverse and multiplicative inverse for rational numbers. Now we are going to see about the additive inverse for rational number. What is meant by additive inverse? The additive inverse of a number is what you add to a number to create the sum of 0. So it is nothing but if you are taking a number and adding a number. For example, if you are taking x and I am adding a number y, the result is 0. Then we can say that y is the additive inverse for x. Okay. So the additive inverse is nothing but the additive inverse of a number is what you add to a number to create the sum of 0. We will see some example. So 5. I am taking a number 5. So if you are adding some number to 5, I should get the result as 0. So which you will prefer here? Minus 5. If you are adding 5 plus or minus 5, will give you the result 0. Let's look at the second example. I am taking a fraction number 7 by 3. I have to add some number here so that the result should be 0. So what number you will choose here to add? Minus 7 by 3. If you are adding minus 7 by 3 plus 7 by 3, you will be getting the result as 0. Likewise, here minus 6 plus. So think of what number should be added here to get 0. What is the number? It is 6. So minus 6 plus 6 will give you the result 0. Likewise, and we are taking a negative fraction number, and if you are adding, what is the number you have to add to get 0? It is 4 by 3. So we will be getting 0. So look from these 4 examples. 5, and if I am adding minus 5, I will get 0. 7 by 3 means minus 7 by 3, so the result will be 0. Minus 6 means plus 6. So from this, what is the conclusion means? If the negative of the number, see, this is the negative of the number. 5 means what is the negative of number 5? Minus 5. So the negative of a number itself the additive inverse of the given number. So for any number, the negative of the number, see 7 by 3. Here also we are taking the negative of the given number. It gives the result 0. Here, what about here? It is minus 6. Think about minus 6. What is the negative of minus 6? Minus of minus 6. It will give you the result plus 6. So see here, we added 6 only to get the result 0. Here also we are adding the negative of the number only. So in general we can say that the negative of the given number itself acts as the additive Okay. So in general, a be any number and it's negative minus a plus minus a will give you the result 0. And if I am taking a negative number minus a, negative of the number is plus a. If you are adding minus a plus a will give you the result 0. Okay. So the additive inverse of a number is what you add to a number to create the sum of 0. So from this whole example you are clear that the additive inverse cannot be a particular number. We can't say any one particular number as the additive inverse for rational number. As we said before, this in multiplicative identity we said that 1 is the multiplicative identity, and in additive identity we said that 0 is the additive identity. A particular number we fix it as additive identity and multiplicative identity. But in additive inverse we can't fix a particular number as additive inverse. The additive inverse based on the mathematical content of the problem. If I am giving minus 6 means the additive identity is plus 6. If I am taking 7 by 3 means the additive inverse is minus 7 by 3. So the additive identity inverse is nothing but the negative of the given number itself. Okay. So now we are clear with what is meant by additive inverse. Yes. Next we are going to see about the multiplicative inverse of a number. Now we are going to see about the multiplicative inverse for rational numbers. So what is meant by multiplicative inverse? Two numbers are the multiplicative inverse of each other when their product is 1. If you are multiplying any two number, if the product result is 1, then we can say that the two numbers are multiplicative inverse to each other. Okay. So now listen, I am taking a number 5. For example, I am taking a number 5, and what number if you are multiplying with 5 will be getting the result as 1. Think and tell me what number if you are multiplying with 5 will be getting the result as 1. We can multiply 1 by 5. How? If 5 and 5 will get cancelled, so the result is 1. Second, I am taking a rational number 5 by 4. If I want to multiply some number with 5 by 4, so that I should get the result as 1. So what is the number I can choose? 4 by 5. Okay. Either you can simplify this. 5 and 5 will get cancelled, 4 and 4 will get cancelled, so you can get the result 1. If you are not simplifying and multiplying, means 5 4s are 20. So 20 by 4 into 5 is also 20. Again, if you cancel also, the result is 1. So these two numbers are said to be the multiplicative inverse to each other. So look at the first example. Here I am taking a number 5 and we are multiplying 1 by 5. We are getting the result 1. So these two numbers are said to be the multiplicative inverse to each other. Also think from this example, the multiplicative inverse. Okay, look at the multiplicative inverse. How it is? It will be the reciprocal of the given number itself. So see 5, I am taking what is the reciprocal of 5? 1 by 5. So if you are multiplying the 1 by 5 with 5, you are getting the result 1. So for ratio number 5 by 4, what is the multiplicative inverse? 4 by 5. What is 4 by 5? Reciprocal of 5 by 4, and we are getting the result 1. So the multiplicative inverse is another name for reciprocal. The multiplicative inverse is another name for reciprocal. So the multiplicative inverse is nothing but the reciprocal of the given number itself. If you are multiplying the reciprocal of the given number itself once, you will be getting the result as 1. See this example also. Minus 5 by 3. I am taking a negative example here. Minus 5 by 3. So I should get a product result as 1. So which number we can multiply with this? So 3 by 5. Okay. So if we are taking the reciprocal of minus 5 by 3 is minus 3 by 5. Listen here, will get cancelled. We are getting minus 1 into minus 1. The result is plus 1. So here also the reciprocal act as the multiplicative inverse for the given number. So in general we can say that for any rational number a by b, what is the reciprocal of a by b? B by a. B by a is the reciprocal. So if you are multiplying the reciprocal with the given rational number, we are getting the result as 1. So for any rational number a by b is reciprocal, b by a itself acts as its multiplicative inverse. So now we are clear about what is multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse is nothing but if you are multiplying any number, okay, any number or taking any two numbers, if you are multiplying, if the product is 1 by 5, I can say 5 is the multiplicative inverse for 1 by 5. Okay. So now we are clear about what is additive inverse and what is multiplicative inverse. So the additive inverse and multiplicative inverse based on the content of the problem. Okay. Yes. Next we are going to solve some exercise problem based on whatever the concept we discussed today. So the exercise problem, we are going to see the first problem. Write the additive inverse of the given numbers. So what is meant by additive inverse? We saw the concept now. What is meant by additive inverse? If you are adding any number to the given number, if the result comes 0, the number which added to the given number is called as the additive inverse. Okay. Here the first problem, minus 7 by 90. We are going to find the additive inverse for minus 7 by 90. So minus 7 by 90. So think what number if you are adding to minus 7 by 90, the result is 0. 7 by 90. In other words, we saw that the additive inverse is the negative of the given number. If you are taking the negative of the given number and adding to the given number, we can get the result 0 and it is called as the additive inverse. So minus 7 by 19 means the negative of this number is 7 by 19. So the result of these two numbers adding will be the 0. So we can say that 7 by 19 is the additive inverse of minus 7 by 19. Look at the second problem, 21 by 112. Okay, 21 by 112. So think what will be the additive inverse for 21 by 112? Negative of the number itself. So 21 by 112 means if you are adding the negative of the number itself, we will be getting the result as 0. So we can say that minus 21 by 112 is the additive inverse of 21 by 112. Okay, so next we will solve the next problem. On the next problem, verify that minus of minus x is equal to x for this two given numbers. We are going to verify this based on additive inverse one. Okay, what is the question is we have to verify minus of minus x is equal to x. Okay, we are going to consider the given value as x and we have to check minus of minus x. So now listen, we are considering x is equal to 11 by 15. Okay, first we are going to find what is the additive inverse of this given number. So if I am taking x means what is the additive inverse of x? Additive inverse is the negative of its number itself. The additive inverse is always the negative of the given number itself. So the negative of the given number, what is the number here? 11 by 15. The negative of the number is minus 11 by 15. So the additive inverse of x is equal to 11 by 15 is the minus x, that is minus 11 by 15. Okay, so we can verify also 1 by 15 plus minus 1 by 15 equal to 0. And vice versa, we can say that for minus 11 by 15, 11 by 15 is the additive inverse. For minus 11 by 15, 11 by 15 is the additive inverse. Yes? Now, we are going to check minus of minus x. So, we are taking minus of minus x. What is the minus x value here? The additive inverse of the given number. This one we have to consider as minus x. So, we have to substitute the value of minus x here. So, minus of minus x is minus 11 by 15 equal to. So, check that. First we have to multiply the sign. So, minus into minus is plus. So, 11 by 15 plus 11 by 15. Whether it is equal to the given number x, yes, it is equal to x. So, we have verified that for 11 x is equal to 11 by 15. Minus of minus x is equal to, again we are getting 11 by 15 only. So, minus of minus x is equal to x. Look at the second number. X is equal to, we are taking minus 13 by 7. Look here, we have x is equal to minus 13 by 7. First we are going to identify what is minus x. Minus x. Because if we are taking this is x, we are going to consider the number minus x. Minus x is nothing but the additive inverse of this given number. Yes? So the additive inverse of the given number minus 13 by 7 is plus 13 by 7. This is the negative of this number. Now check whether minus 13 by 7 plus 13 by 7 equal to 0. So this is called as the additive inverse of minus 13 by 7. Likewise, vice versa, we can say that for 13 by 7, minus 13 by 7 is the additive inverse. Yes? So what is our minus x now? This is our minus x because this is x. So plus of minus x is equal to 0. Now let's check. Listen. Minus of minus x. So minus of, what is the value of minus x here? 13 by 7. So we are getting 13 by 7. The result we are getting is minus 13 by 7. What is the value of x? Which is equal to. So in these two cases, They have given the value of x and asked to check whether minus of minus x is equal to x. And using the additive inverse, okay, we found what is minus x and we have checked whether the condition is satisfied or not. For both examples, we are satisfied with the condition that minus of minus x is equal to x. Next, we are going to do the next problem. Find the multiplicative inverse of the given number. We have to find the multiplicative inverse of the given number. So, what is meant by multiplicative inverse? Okay, we have discussed about the additive inverse and did the problem also. What is meant by multiplicative inverse? If you are multiplying any number to a given number, if the product result comes as 1, then it is called as the multiplicative inverse. In other words, we saw that the multiplicative inverse is said to be the reciprocal. Okay, so the multiplicative inverse generally will be the reciprocal of the given number itself. Simply, if you are taking the reciprocal of the given number and multiplying with the given number, it will give you the result 1. So the reciprocal of the given number is said to be the multiplicative inverse. Let's see for the number minus 30. Okay, what will be the multiplicative inverse for minus 13? Reciprocal of the number itself. So what is the reciprocal of minus 13? Minus 1 by 30. Okay, so the multiplicative inverse of minus 13 is minus 1 by 30. So let's check. We are multiplying minus 13 into 1 by 30. Look here, it will be getting cancelled, minus into minus. If you are multiplying the sign, it is plus and the value finally comes as 1. So for minus 30, the multiplicative inverse is minus 1 by 30, just its reciprocal itself. Look at the second subdivision. The second subdivision, the question is 1 by 5. So guess what is the multiplicative inverse for 1 by 5? The number's reciprocal itself. What is its reciprocal? For 1 by 5, what is the reciprocal? 5. So if you are taking 5 and multiplying with 1 by 5, you will be getting the result as 1. So we can say that 5 is the, for 5, 1 by 5 is the multiplicative inverse. Okay, so is for 1 by 5 is the multiplicative inverse. Now listen, be clear with the concept of additive inverse and multiplicative inverse. For additive inverse, if you are adding any number, if the result comes as 0, okay, that is called as the additive inverse. Just the negative of the number itself will give you the result 0 when adding. So the negative of the number is called as the additive inverse of the given number. For multiplicative inverse, just the multiplication. Okay, you have to multiply the reciprocal of the given number. If you are multiplying the reciprocal of the given number, wherever it is, if you are taking the reciprocal, if you are multiplying with the given number, you will be getting the result as product 1 only. So it is called as the multiplicative inverse of the given numbers. Okay. So based on this, you are going to get your homework problems. Do the problems in your homework notebook. Thank you, children.